Okay. My name is Sarah.
And my name is Matt.
And the year is 1985. I'm starting first grade at a new school in Salem, where Caitlin is going into second grade, and Liz and Josh are students too. Our parents have enrolled us all at this one-room schoolhouse, arts-based educational experiment, and it is far out. It's here Caitlin and I form what is now a 26-year friendship, which is also far out. The early days had us skating at the Roller Palace, hunkering down on Friday nights to watch Charles in Charge, and her joining me on family getaways to Maine and New Hampshire, and us making movies like the one where Caitlin played a nerd and I played a nerd's mother, and there was a graphic scene involving giving birth to a Cabbage Patch Kid.
They filmed that. They filmed that. I have that.
And while movie making was fun, Caitlin's real passion always was art. Even then, Caitlin showed what we, her fellow little kids, recognized as a freakish amount of patience and talent when it came to sketching a shell or building a replica of a ship. Caitlin and I went on to attend different high schools and colleges, but never lost touch. And in 2004, we found ourselves both living in New York City, where this plot will later thicken.
The year 2000. Kyle and I first met when we moved in next door to one another in Blue Lake, California. We clicked instantly, forming a bond rooted in philosophical discourse, politics, and late-night chess. That's not a joke. We debated economic oppression, animal rights, and girls. I was studying theater, and Kyle was doing all kinds of things. Among them, a brief and ill-fated attempt at a startup bakery operated out of his apartment's kitchen. The bagels were good. Dense. Good. So Kyle did the math, though, pretty quick on and said this isn't going to pan out, so the bagel thing. I loved his company right away. I was then, and still am, impressed by his fierce ability to dig deftly to the heart of an argument and his readiness to change his position if he could demonstrate that he was holding an untenable one. I'm not sure how easy that is now that he's a lawyer, so, Caitlin, good luck with that. For the next few years, as Kyle went into law school in San Francisco and I moved into Brooklyn, we kept in touch through written letters and by visiting each other a couple of times a year, staying up all night talking about post-structuralism and girls. Which brings us to Brooklyn, 2007.
Okay, so here comes the plot thickener. By 2007, Matt and I had become good friends and theater collaborators. Matt and Kyle were apartment hunting, and I joined their search, thereby meeting Kyle. It was not long after we settled into our new home that my roommate Kyle met my friend Caitlin. Does that make sense? Sorry. And it was not long after that, they met that they became very, very interested in each other. Caitlin was all aflutter.
Kyle was a mess.
I tried to leak information to each party without breaching confidentiality because Kyle might have sued me.
We'll skip the details, but soon they were together and happy, and now quite clearly married. Fast forward again, this time to the year 2030, about which Sarah and I have made a few very loose predictions.
Loose. Okay, so here goes. Caitlin and Kyle own a home, which is part domicile, part art studio, part law office, part farm.
By the year 2030, animals are given a lot more rights than they are today, as well they should be. And Kyle, in fact, has by this point formed a law practice with 2 horses and a frog as partners.
So Caitlin's public art endeavors have taken off. Her murals can be found in far-flung places, including the ocean floor and the moon. And as a side business, she paints the portraits of some of Kyle's wealthier animal clients.
But these are just guesses.
Yes, we're just, you know.
We're riffing here.
So, but what we do know is this, here in the present. Caitlin is practical. Caitlin is also a dreamer. She handily puts up the drywall so she can mount on it the wooden frame she's built to stretch canvas across, so that she can then cover that canvas with cows suspended in the air and landscapes illuminated. But her artfulness goes beyond her paintings. It carries over to how she sees and acts in the world. It carries over to the relationship she has crafted with Kyle. And I look forward to seeing how this particular art project continues to develop, what new colors, shapes, and figures get added.
Over the years, I have observed the maturation. Sorry. It's a kind of foot thing. Happens. I have observed the maturation of this idealist, Kyle, into a man whose beliefs are made manifest in the world through his actions. Kyle has a hunger for the truth and a regard for consequence, the capacity to see suffering and address it, the integrity to compromise when necessary without discarding what he holds most valuable, and a deep respect for the needs of others. These qualities are at Kyle's core, and I'm so happy for both of them that such characteristics will bolster their partnership in the coming years. So, we didn't bring our drinks, but this is the part where we go. So here's wishing Caitlin and Kyle
Love,
luck,
and support.
as they move forward in their life together.
We love you.
Here's to Caitlin and Kyle.
Caitlin and Kyle.
Woo!
Thanks.
Very nice.
Very nice. That was cute. Very nice job.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Your daughter.